It seems that Formula One superstar Fernando Alonso has a shocking twist in his already illustrious career. Stick around as we delve into this unexpected turn of events and discuss what could possibly be next in store for the Spanish racing icon. Fernando Alonso propelled himself as one of the most exciting possibilities on the grid in 2023, thanks to an incredible start to the year. However, this has its own consequences because Alonso's contract with Aston Martin requires him to be jobless at the end of the year for the team. Even while all signs lead to his signing an extension with a Silverstone-based team, the duration of the contract may not be particularly long. Audi, the newest team on the grid, is set to start pursuing Alonso in 2026, when he will be far into his 45th year of life. Pause the video here and let us know what are your thoughts. Will we see the two-time world champion race this late in his career for Audi? Alonso's recent improvement in performance with Aston Martin, along with the fact that the Spaniards failed to take the top spot on 2 of the 7 tracks used in 2023, made him the talk of the year. The owner's son is unable to grab a grip of his teammate because he just lacks the sheer pace and performance. Therefore, it is reasonable to say that he has cast a heavy shadow over Lance Stroll's head, a team that's probably the closest thing Alonso has to winning a championship, and, on the other side, a squad that has yet to demonstrate that it can be competitive right away. What do you think about how Alonso would trade what he has right now? And is it a fair trade for Alonso? Do let us know your thoughts about this offer in the comments section. The fact that Alonso has been approached by Audi and all of these discussions have been sparked by Aston Martin's claim that they haven't yet spoken to the two-time world champion about extending his contract, and that it isn't currently on their minds has made this topic to be one of the newest and hottest in Formula One. The ever-growing fan devotion for Fernando may cause major chaos for the Silverstone-based squad, as Alonso's absence from the team might ironically be attributed to the Stroll's lack of performance. Beginning with Mike Crack's comment on Alonso's contract, the team principal praised Alonso for the value and effectiveness he contributes to the group, but was hesitant to declare whether or not the two-time world champion will continue working with the group. Even though Alonso came within 1/100th of a second of winning his 33rd race in Monaco, the decision to use wet tires at the very end of the race did harm his chances. Alonso's long-term commitment may not be something Crack believes in, which has led to an additional discussion regarding his future. When talking about this matter, the Aston Martin team principal said, "It's very difficult to say because it's such a relative competition that you also depend on the pace of others, and you depend on yourself. So, I think it would be risky to say that we will win one in particular or that we'll be close to winning." However, when it was brought up that Alonso wants to keep working with Aston Martin beyond 2026 when NATO's famously terrible friend returns, Honda will once again serve as their engine provider. Crack's response was a bit unusual. He went on to add, "It's good to hear that. He has said that he wants to be there for several years, and we would be happy with that. I think the main thing, and this is one of the great qualities, is the desire he has to be in front and his motivation. We didn't think much about it, to be honest. We took it race by race and tried to do well every race. It's good to hear that, but we don't think too much about it yet. Let's make it happen now." Everyone believed that Alonso's negative feelings against Honda were to blame if there had been a problem with his future cooperation with Aston Martin. Remember how Honda and McLaren's alliance came to an end in 2017 when Alonso referred to Honda's engine as a GP21? However, the Spanish man was also ready to work with what Honda now gives to Red Bull. The bad sentiments between the two parties were put to rest. Thus, this situation may not actually exist after all. Pause the video right here and share your thoughts about Alonso's and Honda's conflict in the comments box. Do you think this might be the hurdle in future collaboration between Alonso and Aston Martin? Right now, it's normal for you to associate each unhappy driver in Formula One with Audi. Considering that this team will compete in the sport in 2026, it makes sense that it would want its drivers to be competitive right away. Once Aston Martin understood their vehicle's design and cinematic concept, they were able to be competitive right away with the help of Alonso. Therefore, for their first years of existence in the sport, Blanto would be the perfect signature if the two-time world champion isn't already committed to Aston Martin or isn't considering retirement. But Given his driving abilities and how competitive he can be when given the correct vehicle, I highly doubt that Alonso would think about retiring at the age of 45. At this young age, very few teenagers would be willing to support Alonso, but for Audi, having a driver who can give them accurate input on the car and lay the groundwork for the team's future is crucial. Whereas young drivers like Mick Schumacher could be able to help the team return to its heyday. So, what does Audi have to say about this whole thing? The team has recently declared openly that they are quite interested in Alonso's services. With Sainz also being a well-known personality in the Audi community, Alfa Romeo spokesman Alessandro Aloni Bravi indicated a strong interest in hiring the two-time world champion beginning in 2026. Furthermore, Aloni said, "I would always sign Fernando. Even at 45 years or more, I was able to get to know him well at McLaren when I was the manager of Stoffel van Dorn, who was his teammate. I was able to see firsthand the work he can do on a day-to-day basis as a driver, his ability, his great determination." Another thing to remember is that Alonso worked with Andreas Seidel while he was a member of McLaren. Despite the fact that it was an infamous period for the Spaniards, he has a very positive connection with the team's current CEO. Audi also acquired James Key from McLaren. So with all the old gang converging on the newest addition to the sport, it's possible that Nando will go on a new journey. One that may be a little more contentious and challenging than Aston Martin. When Alonso abruptly switched from Alpine to Aston Martin, everyone made fun of him. However, as the 2023 season got underway, we witnessed the instant impact that the Silverstone-based squad had on the grid and how well-suited Alonso was for them. Even if the goal is obviously to retain him in his Aston Martin seat for at least a few more years until a fresh chance arises, it was a little unusual to watch him treat Lance Stroll with such kindness. One that might be more competitive than Aston Martin to win the championship with Alonso has been in the sport for quite some time. One of the rare drivers who were able to come back from retirement and still achieve tremendous success. It is clear from his previous words and his hiatus that Alonso will continue to pursue his goal of winning a third championship, whereas everyone else would be ready to quit now and admit that enough is enough at this point. When talking about his future in Formula 1, Alonso echoed the belief of everyone else, as he went on to add, "I don't know how long I will go on. I will never retire from motorsport, but from Formula 1, I will retire when it stops making me happy. At the moment, it's the opposite." After showing Matty Binotto their factory in Newburgh and failing to pursue him, Audi is now on a big drive to find expertise in every area of Formula 1. The search for expertise continues, and it's not only for the types of professionals that work in the garages behind the scenes, it also includes the driver lineup. Due to the intense rivalry in the market, it appears that Audi does not want to work with novices or newcomers. Instead of spending money on a rookie who would struggle to get the team where they had envisioned themselves in the first few years, they would rather recruit a driver who is 45 years old, yet experienced. So, what do you think? Will Alonso embark on this journey later in his career? Do you believe he can master endurance racing and conquer the Triple Crown? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all the latest breaking news from the world of motorsport.